What is up, everybody? How's everybody doing? Y'all have a good week? Been busy? Still trying to enjoy some summer? Can't wait for these damn kids to get back in school so they can get out of my damn hair. Uh, so, what's up with y'all? Let's see who we got. We got Ground Fog. How you doing? Neil, how are you? Ed Harrison, what's up, bud? How you been? And there's Marco. Marco. So, let's see what's been going on. I have been actually like working pretty good hours at Lowe's, so I've been busy with that. And I'm after going up to my parents' place, going up to the lake house. We did a little bit of R&R there for 4 days, well, 3.5 days, and caught a couple fish. Did a little bit of swimming, paddle boarding. I took two of my inflatable paddle boards, and those aren't interesting. They're fun, and you can get actually a decent ab workout using those things. Going just hardcore with it. But yeah, it was good time. Definitely enjoyed the couple of fish. Oh, don't you dare even talk about Christmas. I don't want to hear anything about Christmas. Our damn government needs to dish out a stimulus check so that we all can survive fucking Christmas, right? Who's with me on that one? We need a stimulus check. I need another $1,000 of free money to make sure that I can get through Christmas. Don't talk to me about Christmas coming up soon with freaking 6 kids in the damn house. That's a nightmare. That is a nightmare for sure. Hey, Kathleen, how are you? How are you? What was up with G-Ball? Were any of y'all in G-Ball's live today? G-Ball did a live. Good old Greg. He did a live outside. He was outside. Yeah, actually went outside and started a fire with a fixed blade and a ferro rod. So that was cool. That was interesting. And I popped in for maybe about 10-15 minutes before I had to go pick up the two of the girls from marching band camp. They were at band camp this week and or half of this week, and they'll have all of next week. They'll be in marching band camp. This one time at band camp, but yeah, I love that I'm part of that generation that like grew up with that one time at band camp. But yeah. Oh, did he? Did he went back inside and finished on the tabletop? Cool. Right on. He's trying to sell a bunch of his knives. He's got much nicer knives to sell than the budget ones. Not that they're the budget ones that I have that I need to really do something with. Um, they're good knives. Just they're not as nice as the ones that he's trying to move. Um, But check out while I was up at my parents' place, I did get my dad gave me a couple of knives. I've got one of them here that was actually my grandfather's. So it's old, but it's not too old. It's a tiny little drop pocket dropper or keyring knife. So I imagine at some point in time or another, he definitely had this on his key rings, and it's got 2 blades on it. It's got that one there, and then if I can get the other one here, it's there's a little bit of crusties in there. I need to clean it out, but yeah, it's just got 2 blades, very thin little knife, and on the one side I know because in that little circle, that oval right there, is his initials, but you can't really see it. It's really like looking up close. It's hard to see. The first one and the last one, his first name and his last name, you can see, but his middle name starts with an A, and like you kind of have to like turn it in the light just enough to make out the A in the middle. So I don't know if if I were to polish it, if I were to clean this up with any kind of solution, because I don't know what kind of coating this is on it, on the overlay that's been worn away. Like the back is almost completely worn away. So I don't know if I did anything to this, if I would make it worse, or possibly get lucky and make it a little bit better. I have no idea. So, but yeah, this thing's probably about 65 to 70 years old. Not the oldest knife that I have, but yeah. So my dad ended up giving me that. He's not really much of a knife guy. I mean, he definitely sees them as tools, uh, and he's got a box full of them. In his workshop, in his garage, he's always got the folding um, blades, the replaceable blades. But he gave me this, and this is cool, and I need to do a video on it. But this is the SOG or SOG Contractor 2x4. The original Contractor. They made like 2 or 3 versions of it, but this is the original, the Contractor 2x4. And it's in freaking pristine condition. And this thing is absolutely nuts. This thing is stupid crazy. It's you see the bubble level right there? Yeah, it's got a bubble level in it. Isn't that nuts? It's got this gear cog thing that really doesn't do anything other than serve as a moving pivot head. So it kind of just looks cool, I guess. Um, Here's the other wild thing on the back end here. If you can notice, that is a pencil sharpener. Yeah, a goddamn pencil sharpener. So you got a pencil sharpener on your pocket knife with your level, and it's a lockback. It's a mid-lock lockback, but they made it, I guess, look like a framing hammer. Is what that shape is. So they made it look like a framing hammer, and then supposedly these holes right here, these 3 different holes are your 3 most common wire sizes. And so what you can do is you can pull the blade up, run your wire in there, and then push this down, put the blade back down, and then spin the wire, and it'll strip it for you. So you basically have wire strippers for 3 different. I think it's like 8 gauge, 12 gauge, and or no, it's 12. It's 12 gauge, 14 gauge. Yeah, 14, 12, and I don't know what the little one is. It's probably like 16 or 18 gauge. I'm not sure, but yeah. So that's one hell of a pocket knife right there. And then they made the pocket clip. It's you can't actually use it as a for anything, but they made the pocket clip look like a chisel or whatever, just for funsies. But yeah, this thing's stupid, silly. Like I get it. I mean, all the tools on it work. They all work. So it is a multi-tool knife. And for lockback that has a thumb stud, this is a god awful thumb stud. It's almost painful to try to use this stupid ass thumb stud. But but yeah, it's a it kind of makes you smile. Look at it. And the and on it, on the handle scales, on the polymer plastic, that's like wall frames. So it's a whole shit ton of 2x4s that that you would have on a construction site for a home. for your walls, all the 2x4s for your walls. So yeah, um, it's an interesting knife. It's definitely a useful blade shape. That sheep's foot blade, straight edge all the way down. Yeah. So he oh, and it's also got, this is stupid funny too. Right here, nope, it's not a toothpick. Although I guess if you're a construction guy, if you live in Alabama or Tennessee and never bothered to have braces, I'm sure you could use this as a toothpick for the few teeth that you got left in your mouth. Um, but no, supposedly its purpose is to be like a nail. It's supposed to be like your last nail. Like if you ever run into that situation where you just need one more nail and you don't have one, um, like I could see using having this dedicated for like if you need a nail to do a plumb bob or run a string line real quick. That those kind of applications, and you just need a temporary nail that you're then gonna pull back up, take back out. Um, that's the kind of nail functional purpose for that, and from my understanding, at least what makes sense to me. So coming from having done construction and home repairs and DIY stuff, yeah, this is kind of cool. Kind of cool. I thought it was fun. I don't know. I might send it to G Ball after I do a video. I might send it to G Ball and let him fiddle around with it. See, and let him do a video on it. Of course, everybody knows his videos get like 5, 10 times the amount of views that mine will ever get. But really, Ed, for splitting particles and such, huh? Ugh. What's up, Drew, dude? So, the one thing that I have been doing is wood turning. And despite how freaking hot it has been, like literally, when I hopped into the car today, it said it was 107 degrees outside. It wasn't. It was more like 97, 98. But with the heat index and everything, and a car sitting for half of the day, yeah, it definitely felt like 108. Definitely felt like 108. But no, so I've been working on some wood turning, and just because it was a piece of scrap, um, I turned this. So I've got 3 pieces that I've got set up to be turned, that I've like what I'm doing lately is I'm gluing different pieces of wood together to create a massive block, and then I throw it on the lathe and I turn it and cut it till it's true, till it's like perfectly round, and then I've taken it off the lathe and set it to the side, and then done it to the next piece and then the next piece. So I've got 3 pieces actually set up. One of them's on the lathe right now that I'm working on getting the final shape and carving out the middle, cutting out the bowl part of it. But in doing that, one of the easiest things to do is to create your own. Since I don't have on my wood lathe, I don't have a chuck system. Here, I'll show you so that way. Um, Let me get a diagram of a wood lathe so I can share that with y'all. And I can explain things better. Get a better idea of what I'm talking about. What's a good picture? So my wood lathe is a very simple, very stupid simple, small wood lathe, and and realistically, the wood lathe that I have is one that really you're supposed to be using for like for it's like a tabletop wood lathe that you would use for pen blanks for making pens, and maybe some small handles and stuff. Nothing fancy, nothing substantial. And here, let me go to this guy here and share this one with you. Here we go. All right. Is that big enough for y'all? That y'all can? Yeah, that's big enough. Okay. So um, so this area right here, over here, um, the motor's up underneath. This is a very similar setup to lathe to what I have. I don't have a fancy speed measuring tool to show me how fast that's rotating. But at least my lathe is a variable speed, so I have a little dial that goes. I don't have to change belts. A lot of lathes that are on the smaller side or the medium sized lathes, you've got to get to your different speeds, turning speeds. You got to move a belt on its pulleys. So mine, thank goodness, I do not want one of those. That's adds another step in the process, and it just takes all that much longer to create a piece, and I hate that. So I will never own a lathe that does not have a variable speed knob, so that I don't have to move belts on pulleys. That's I don't want to do that. But anyway, so on this end, and that's the piece that where part where you attach the wood on one end, and then you have your tailstock, which is at the very end, opposite end, and you see the little uh, round knob with the handle on the very back side, nice silver. My tailstock does not have that. I've got just like a little post uh, that's designed for a wrench. So and that causes this end, your free floater uh, piece with the little point there. That's the part of your tailstock that goes onto the other side of the wood and like just pinches it in place. So you can either have where on each side you have the needle points, and on the this end you have like three or four different pieces that just like bite into the wood to hold it in place on that end. But on the tailstock end, that's just basically a bearing that's just free spinning. Your free spinning tailstock. It's just to help pinch it and hold it in place as it's spinning by the machine. So then you have on the nasty end, then you have your base plates that you can screw screws into. But then they also make, and I don't know if they've got it on here. Let me just type it in. Lathe chuck. So then they have these things. Wait for the damn internet to pop up. So they have these things that will fit onto the end, and as you can see, they have each of these has teeth in it in the round shape that will grab your base. As long as you have a round base, they will grab that base no matter what size it is. You have lots of versatility and adjustment ability to grab the piece on that end. I do not have one of these for my lathe. So one way to get around doing that is let me see if I can type it in. Wood lathe DIY friction fitting. Uh, what's Chuck? Let me see if I can pull up an image of. Okay, so here we go. Let me share this with you guys. I don't want a video. Hold on. I just want the image. Uh, just a photo. Oh, can I open this? Open image in new tab. There we are. Yes. So if you look at this image, what they've done is they've made like their own chucks of different sizes. Um, and that's what I've done is I've made like 2 or 3 different sized chucks that are friction fitting. And so what happens is once you turn your piece from the get go with the two pointy pieces on each end, and then you can grab a spare chunk of wood and make one of these chucks where it's hollowed out at a certain diameter to a certain depth. That then you what you do is you take a your shop towel, because your shop towel is a lot more durable, heavier duty. It's actually made with cotton versus your kitchen bounty quicker picker upper towels. So you wet your shop towel, get your shop towel wet, and then you put it into that cup there. And then you push your piece that you pre-turned your base to be the same diameter as the woodchuck that you made. Insert woodchuck joke if you want. Anybody, go for it. But using the towel helps create a very tight friction fit, a very super tight friction fit, and that will hold it in place. And by doing that, that allows you then to get rid of the tailstock at the other end and just have your bowl, your piece completely open on that side, and then that's how you can get that last little bit of a bowl hollowed out to perfection, and then go behind it with the sandpaper and get it absolutely as close to perfect as possible. But so that's what I've been doing, making more of those friction fit woodchucks, and setting up pieces to be turned. But I went ahead and made from making one of those woodchucks, I had some scrap, and I made this little guy, and it's just a very shallow little stand thing, little base that you can set on a windowsill even, or your nightstand or whatever, and you can put your ring in there. You can put some jewelry in there. A thin necklace could go in there or whatever. Or if I don't know if anybody feels like they got to take their rings off when they wash dishes, and they have a windowsill above the sink, or a ledge above the sink, and you could put this up there and have that as your place that you put your jewelry in. But yeah, so I made that, and this I use to get that dark ring around the middle there, and then again I did it on the bottom. And this is a little round piece of tungsten weight, just a little chunk of weight, just to have have the base have a little bit more to it. Because otherwise, like, this thing weighs basically nothing. So I felt like the weight there on the bottom was a good idea. But yeah, how I got this, I actually use a um, a piece of copper wire, like your grounding wire, um, and I just press that up against it, and just the friction, because this thing's spinning on the lathe so darn fast. The friction of putting pressure of that wire, that copper wire up against it, um, basically burns it. So that's actually technically just a burn mark, but it gives, it makes just a nice dark ring, and it just, gives, another dimension to it, fancies it up a little bit, especially when you have something like this, which is, I believe this is ash. um, my dad gave me like a box of ash from, I don't know who he got it from, but it was basically like the scraps from making baseball bats. He had a buddy that turned, had a small little shop that would make all of your short baseball bats, your little, like, souvenir bats, these things. So this guy would make these. He would make these bats and then have them laser engraved. This is from Cooperstown, New York, New York State. So Cooperstown, New York. I went there, Doubleday Field. That's my name. But yeah, where it all began at the Cooperstown ball fields and their bat company, where they first started making bats before Louisville Sluggers opened up out in Kentucky. They used to make all bats before then, a long ass time ago. They used to make them up in Cooperstown, New York. So, he's got these blanks that are all about that tall and just a little bit larger in diameter than this. What is this? This guy's basically 1, 2 and a half, 2 and 3/4. So this sucker is right about 2 and 3/4. So they were like 3-inch diameter blanks that I start with. But yeah, so made that. It's super smooth, super smooth. That's one thing I love about. I absolutely hate sanding. I hate sanding. Sanding sucks, especially by hand. When you get down to that last little bit of sanding for a project, especially for like pieces of furniture, where you've got to just use sandpaper and your hand, you can't use um, an electric sander. Uh, yeah, that sucks. That really sucks. I hate sanding. Hate sanding by hand. Just hate sanding. Even with the electric sanders, it's not fun. But on the wood lathe, it's fun because if the piece is on there, the piece is being spun by the lathe pretty darn fast, and you just hold the sandpaper up to it and just let it do its job. Let it cook. I'm starting to use that damn term. I've got 5 teenagers in the house, so that term "cook," let me cook. Y'all know what I'm talking about, or some of y'all are. That's probably foreign, weird, messed up language, slang. But cook is basically used in as a replacement word for like so like the phrase is "let me cook" or "watch me cook." That's like saying watch me get it done, make it happen, do a really good job. That's basically what that slang term is being put in place for. But that's what these teenagers, these 15 to 18-year-olds, are saying now. I actually saw on a billboard sign in my town. It said, "Let Farrah and Farrah cook." It said, let them cook. Let them be your lawyer and do a good job taking care of you. Like, really, really? Now billboard signs got to have that stupid slang terms thrown up there and incorporated into into their marketing. Like, oh my goodness, terrible, terrible. Another knife that, well, I did take the knife. I tossed it somewhere because it's I don't know where it went. It probably just needs to go in the garbage. But my dad had another knife in this box, and it came in this little blue leather slip. And it's a nice little leather slip, but it's got no pocket clip. It's got the cutouts and holes for having a pocket clip on there, but it doesn't have a pocket clip. So, I'm gonna send this to Aries EDC with the prototype that I have. Y'all want to see my prototype? Here's his all wrapped up for me to mail out. But I thought I brought it in. Where the hell did I put the other one? I basically made two. And I thought I brought the other one in and set it down somewhere. In fact, I know I did. The question though is just where? Where did I set it down? Can't ever find anything. Like, I'm a fairly organized person, although Mrs. Urban would say otherwise. She would definitely say otherwise. But where did I put it? Where did it go? Hold on, guys. It's not there. Oh, here's that other knife. I don't know where I set it down. It might be still in my car. I didn't think it was. I could have sworn I brought it in. Well, I'll have to show y'all next time, I guess. Because I don't know where I put it. I don't know where I put it. Oh, it might be in this bag. Really? In this bag? I may have. But I don't know if I told y'all. I don't think I did. Somebody gave me this at work at Lowe's. This is a piece of. It's like Brazilian something. So South American wood that has quite a number of qualities very similar to cedar wood, and it's most often used down there for your deck for your trailers, like wood decking, and your deck like at your house. Yeah, no, it's not in this bag. It's probably still in my damn car. That's probably where it's at. It's probably still in my damn car. My little prototype. But here I might be able to at least show you all the picture on Instagram. But yeah, so I'm gonna send this piece of wood to Aries. Along with my prototype and this sheath, and I've got a couple of other little things that I'm going to send him his way for him to use to make my proto a reality. And he and I have been messaging back and forth a little bit, but and I'm gonna have him do that jute micarta in like a burgundy red. It's called a Bordeaux red, which is like literally the same red that my motorcycle is. It's the same red as my motorcycle. So as the paint color of my motorcycle. So I thought that that was very fitting for me to have my own custom fixed EDC fixed blade. It's not teak wood, and I know it's not teak wood. Let me share screen. So there's my Proto in my hand. The blade is like 2.65 inches, and I forget what the handle is, but it's just a nice little compact for anybody who wears a size large gloves or larger. It's for the most part a 3-finger knife. Like my hand is, I wear a size large glove, but size large gloves are just a little bit loose on me, so my hand size is kind of like right there in between a medium and a large for your gloves. And so for my hand, I can get choking up into that forward choil there area there. I can get all 4 fingers on it, around it. But yeah, that's my prototype right there. What do y'all think? Do you like the blade shape and the handle shape? It's pretty comfortable in the hand. That I've got the design, the drawing that I did is right in here. So yeah, it's a 2.65 inch blade with a 3.45 inch handle. So almost right at. And I think when I made the wood prototype there, because that's all wood, um, and those are just the screws that I had. I just had those floating around. I would never want. He's not going to put screws in it. He's going to actually put pins in it for me. And that's probably not where you should place those. I have no idea. I have no idea where you should put those pins um, on that handle to hold those everything in together. But yeah, that was just the gist of it. And then here's the drawing. So yeah, and I just cut it out of wood, thin wood, on my bandsaw. So yeah, all this was done. Well, I scanned this paper, printed it out, made sure and adjusted the scaling on the scanner printer to get it to scale, exactly to scale, and then uh, cut it out and glued it onto a piece of wood, and then took it to the bandsaw and cut it out. And piece after piece after piece, cut each part out, and made it into a physical prototype. I've got some other terrible knife drawings in here. Here's one. It's kind of goofy. Meant to be a folder. Yeah. And then here's one that I kind of abandoned, but it would need a lot of work. I don't know what I was thinking there. That's 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 terrible. Um, Here's another one. Some of these are like really freaking old. Like I drew them a couple years back, and it's kind of funny because like looking at some new knives that have come up over the last year or two. There's some similarities in them to what my drawings are, uh, and it's kind of funny because it's like I drew those, the couple of them I drew probably 2.5 years ago, and then the knives came out that were had some slight similarities in certain ways, whether it's the blade shape or the handle shape or whatever. And I'm like, huh, yeah, that's way better than what I drew. You just look at it and like, yep, nope, they did a good job. I suck. But I don't know. I don't know if I'll ever end up making having a folder, a production folder from one of my designs. I don't know if that'll ever happen. I'm I like the idea. I flatter the idea because I have that engineering background, and I'm a half decent drawer. I'm about as good as Maddie, but I don't know. I don't know. So last night, Mrs. Urban and I went on a sweet date. We had a date night last night, and it was a wonderful date. Two of my favorite places. Some of my favorite places to go to. We first went to Bucky's, or no, we went to Bucky's after, and y'all know how much I love Bucky's. Bucky's, and then but we first went to dinner, and we went to Buffalo Wild Wings. Yeah, I love Wild Wings, and I tell you why I like Buffalo Wild Wings so much. The time that we're in, how many of y'all can say that you have more than one or two restaurants, local restaurants to you, that over the last 5 to 10 years, you've not gone there and had a slightly unpleasant experience? How many restaurants can you say that? Every single time you've gone there, you've had an enjoyable experience. Both the food was solid and the service was solid and the atmosphere was pleasant. It is so hard nowadays to have a restaurant check those three boxes: good food, solid service, and a pleasant atmosphere. To consistently provide those three things for any restaurant, it seems like it's the biggest challenge in the world for any of them, right? And in my town, Buffalo Wild Wings really truly is the only like legit restaurant that has always for more than 5 to 7 years, every single time I've gone there, they check all three of those boxes for me without costing an arm and a leg. That's the other thing. That's almost kind of like the fourth box, is not feel like you completely drained your bank account by the time you leave, right? So I'm very, very happy to go eat at Buffalo Wild Wings. In the last 20 years, I've had an issue with maybe one Buffalo Wild Wings one time over the last 20 years. That's insane. To be able to say that, that's insane. So I'm sorry, but that in itself gives me every reason to say, yes, I am a Buffalo Wild Wings fan. I like that restaurant. I like eating there. And they've got good burgers too. It's not just the chicken, the wings. It's they got good chicken sandwiches. They got great burgers. They've got awesome appetizers. And again, it's not going to cost you an arm and a leg. Yeah, I totally. And as far as somebody who loves to eat out and loves food and actually likes to cook and is pretty decent at cooking, not the greatest, but I'm definitely pretty good. Um, yes, nothing beats cooking at home if you're a pretty decent cook, and that's kind of what I've become in my culinary skills and all that I've learned from people way better at cooking than me, and then also kind of experimenting and exploring, which is kind of fun. Um, don't eat my chili because my chili is not chili. I don't like chili, so when I make my chili, it's kind of like it's like a mountain man sloppy Joe, like made into more of a stew. Uh, I don't know exactly what you would call my chili, but it is not really a chili. Um, it's it's not. It's just not a chili because I'm not a fan of chili. Oh, oh, sorry. I'm not tired. I'm just exhausted. But yeah, I like to cook. I don't think anybody likes cleaning up. No, does anybody like cleaning up? Uh, but yeah, cooking at home is wonderful. You make your money and your cost of food and electricity and everything to prep your meals. It can be therapeutic. It's definitely cost efficient compared to eating out for most things. A really good cheesecake is borderline almost worth going and forking out the money to buy one that's made extremely well versus the cost of getting all the ingredients to make a really good cheesecake. Cheesecake is just with cost of food these days, it's one of those items that's really rough. Like, you can go and you can spend $20 to $30 on a really damn good, super well made cheesecake in a box from the right place, um, and love every morsel of it. Or you can make one at home. You're still gonna love absolutely every morsel of it, but you're gonna spend close to $20 for all the ingredients, and it's gonna take you, if you do it right, the whole process takes you several hours to make a really good cheesecake. So yeah, no, cheesecake is definitely one of my things. And Grumpy loves making cheesecake, and then BEEDC, his wife. I love those people. That couple, they're a wonderful couple, amazing couple. If you've never met BEEDC and his wife, they are so cool. They are so much fun to spend time with, so much fun to talk to, and they're just insanely wonderful, down to earth people. And I if they would invite me to come visit them at their house, I'd live with them for a week. I'd visit for a week if they'd let me. They're my kind of people. Um, I love them to death, and she is an amazing baker. She's an amazing cook. Uh, did you? Yes, exactly. They are really, really nice people. You meet so many really nice people in our community. Um, but yeah, those two are fantastic. And she is such a good cook and such an unbelievably fantastic baker. She makes these things that I'm sure y'all have already heard. Y'all know about these cheesecake things that she makes. Now, as much praise as I just put out for them, as somebody who loves cheesecake and loves making their own cheesecake, and somebody who's had cheesecake from all around the world, I've had eaten cheesecake that has been made in, I want to say, maybe 5 or 6 other countries. So I've not just had American cheesecakes. I've had European cheesecakes. I've had Asian cheesecakes. I've had cheesecakes from lots of places, right? And they all have their little differences here and there in their texture and their taste. And some are sweeter than others. Some are much heavier than others. Some are much lighter, more cake-like. Some are more like creamy, like a whipped cream type texture. Yeah, I mean, there's so much range that you can have with a cheesecake. The things that this lady makes, Mrs. EDC, I forget what her first name is. I forget. I'm so terrible with names. Forgive me. I'm so bad with names. But this cheesecake thing that she makes, that she uses, it's apple crisp flavored. I know she uses oatmeal with it. Um, yeah, I've had cheesecake in Mexico too. Theirs is probably the closest thing to Americans at. Um, yeah, I would say a Mexican cheesecake is much closer than a Mexican cheesecake is much closer to an American cheesecake than a Canadian cheesecake is going to be to an American cheesecake. Um, yeah, the Hispanics aren't really that much far off from us. Thank you. Is that her first name? I thought it was. I knew it started with a J. Um, but what she makes, all the ingredients that goes into this thing, they're unbelievably delicious to die for. Like super fantastic. I was really tempted because at Blade Show in Atlanta this year, they gave me four of them to bring back to Stevie's Airbnb, and for all of them to enjoy, for that gang to enjoy. And he was trying to give me a fifth one just for me. He was like, "Let me hook you up with five, man, because I know you're gonna want one just for yourself." And I said, "Yes, but I really shouldn't." So I insisted that he only give me four, and I delivered all four to Stevie, and I did not get a bite of any of them. So uh, yeah, I did not eat them this year. So pat on my back, and then I cry because they are really good. And with all that's being said, they're not a cheesecake. In all seriousness, with my background, with my history, with my experience with cheesecakes all over the world, what she makes, all those ingredients, only about 20% of it is cheesecake mix. To me, that does not make it a cheesecake. I'm sorry. The thing's absolutely incredibly delicious, but I cannot and will not refer to it as a cheesecake because there's just so much more going on with it. There's not enough of your cheesecake ingredients to call the whole thing a cheesecake. If that makes sense to any of y'all, I hope it does. I've got nothing against her. I love this lady to death. They're such a wonderful couple, but it bothers me just the itsy bitsiest bit that she labels in her title of it as being a cheesecake. Yes, yeah, in a sense, it was a cheesy cake. It it's not actually. You can't even say that because it's not a cake. It is absolutely a pie. It's like a cobbler type pie, and just the ingredients. Like if you ever run into them and they've got one, give them $20 if they'll take it. They probably won't, but just eat it. Just take a couple bites, and then you'll want the whole damn thing. I promise you, because they are so good. They're just so freaking good. So yeah, that's enough with that. That's enough with that. But yeah, I'm sorry. I personally cannot call it a cheesecake. It's to me that's definitely not a cheesecake. It's a creamy, cheesy dessert pie that has more of a cobbler type feel to it because there's lots of other ingredients not and several other factors that are at play with it that make it as amazing as it is. But yeah. We won't. Yeah. No, I wouldn't. It's not even a pastry. I'm telling you, it's literally like like a dessert cobbler and a pie put together. It's like an apple oatmeal crumbled cobbler mixed with a little bit of cheesecake mix and a couple of other ingredients that makes it gives it more of like a pie base. So it's like a cobbler in a pie. Yeah, I know, Dr. Drew. It's shocking news. Shocking news. The cheesecake, that's not really a cheesecake. If y'all want to call it a cheesecake, I don't care. I really don't care. But to me, it is. It is not. That's not what it is. It is something more and entirely different, and deserves to be put in its own class of dessert. Uh, um, so I don't know. Maybe Aries might have. Who knows if maybe he would have a clip, or I don't know. Or if not, then he can freaking have this for all I care. I just thought it'd be cool to have a clip on it. Let's see what kind of knives fit in it. Um, the the little Devo nip is a little too wide, a little too thick, but lengthwise it would. Do I have any? I'd probably have to go to my other um, knife case to find something that would fit in it. Let's see if the Apache fits in it. Yeah, the Apache fits in it and snaps closed. Yep. So you could put the. I love this knife. I wish she would make an XL version of this. This is the Pena X series Apache with the burlap micarta. My absolute favorite. I absolutely love this knife. Um, it's a hidden or bolstered frame lock type deal, um, or bolster lock. That's how you would say it. But yeah, they made. I have the Apache and then I have the Raptor, and out of the two of them, I don't like the upsweep on the handle of the Raptor so much. It's just not as comfortable in hand. You feel it dig into the back into your palm right there, the meat of your palm. So out of these two knives, I definitely prefer the Apache over the Raptor. But they made an XL version of the Raptor instead of making an XL version of the Apache. Very similar blade shapes. Um, the big thing though with the top flippers, see how much of more stout of a flipper, top flipper, you get with the Raptor. The Apache is just short and nice little rounded mohawk. Both of them work really well. The the Raptor actually, this being taller like that, you get more of a faster flip, a little bit of a snap. Whereas the little rounded mohawk thing, it's more of a slower thumb roll over type thing. I mean, you can get a little bit of a snap out of it, but that's only because of the how good that jimping is. That's a very very grippy jimping. It's not rough, but it definitely grabs. Makes it for an excellent front flipper, pop flipper. But yeah, I really wish that they would have made an XL version of the Apache, because I'd totally buy it. Totally buy it. This wood. Yeah, a customer at Lowe's gave it to me, like gifted it to me. Um, because he has a friend that does woodworking, and gets exotic, your slightly more exotic, fancier woods pays for them. I don't pay for any of the wood that I turn with. Um, I harvest all of it from local places. People usually when they cut down a tree, or if a storm takes down a tree, and it's a good wood for turning, has some pretty grain to it. I'll uh, I'll collect it that way for free. I've never paid for anything that I've put on my lake. And I've probably turned maybe about 40 or 50 pieces over the years. Yeah, about 40 or 50 wood pieces. Today's pocket check. Y'all can, if you want, you can do pocket drops. But this is a sweet knife. What's the name of this? Starts with a P. But it's a custom. Well, it's a custom design done up by Gecko Custom Knife Works, and got the topo pattern. I got a video on my channel on this knife posted up, and it is sweet. It checks all my boxes. And I absolutely love the topo pattern, and it's in that copper color, that battle washed bronze or whatever you want to call it. The pocket clips, that same dark bronze color backspacer and everything. The only thing that doesn't really make sense to me is why you go dark with all of that, and then you have a satin blade and satin pivot. That doesn't make any sense to me. Oh, and the other thing that's awesome about it is on the show side, other than a pivot screw, no other hardware. No other hardware on the show side. And on the clip side, just two. Just two on the back. And then your pivot screw. Isn't that crazy? That's absolutely nuts. And then your clip is done, screwed in from the inside as well. So, yeah. I'm loving that. I'm loving all these companies. I'm sorry with the yawning. I don't know why I'm so tired. Maybe it's something to do with the fact that I swam 1.5 miles at the lake today, trying to lose another 10 pounds. That's what I've got left. I've got 10 more pounds is my goal. I've lost like 23 pounds, and I'm trying to get down to 168, 167, 168. So I've got about another 10 pounds to lose. Yeah, 10 or 11 pounds. And I'll be very happy. You'll start to see a 6-pack right here instead of a beer belly. Won't that be nice? Mrs. Urban will enjoy that. But the other thing that I love about this knife is it's an S90V. Y'all probably can't really tell, but it's right up here on the blade. S90V. Love S90V. Hollow ground blade, super sweet. But yeah, with all the rest of the knife being black, I don't understand the satin. It should have been like acid washed or black washed, or just a darker finish. Hey, V Shady. Am I making you tired now too, Ed? But yeah, so carried this knife for a little bit today. I was over at my grandmother's house because my brother and his family are in town right now. Yeah, I did carry my Concept Tipper for 2 days this week. Yep, absolutely sweet knife. Yes, and this is really dressy for a Concept. To have the tiger washed out titanium, and then the Damascus blade right like that. Yeah. And it's crazy, like they even did it on the pocket clip. I love his pocket clip. That's just such a wild pocket clip, and it works and it's cool and it's different. I like the dark blue accents. Or is that blue or is that blurple? Like blue and purple. I think it's blurple. It might be just a dark blue. It looks blurple to me. But yeah, carried this guy for a couple of days. I think I'm going to. Yeah, I think I'm gonna put this guy in my pocket for the weekend. Give the new breed Wingspan a weekend. My favorite thing about this, besides the blade shape, absolutely love the blade shape. But my second favorite thing about this, is how he does the pocket clip with the little accents of the carbon fiber. Just two little accents of carbon fiber into the pocket clip. I like that. That's snazzy. But yeah, I'll carry this for tomorrow and Sunday. Really nice knife. He did a really good job on that. Mark did. He did a really sweet job designing that. And then I brought up to my parents' lake house. I didn't carry him because, like, literally, I was in the bathing suit like 80% of my time up there. But I had this guy. I carried this guy for 4th of July because it's got the red, white, and blue fat carbon on there. But yeah, I carried this guy 4th of July. Met sword fin gravity knife. It's so cool. It's so much fun. I like this thing. And that's a perfect size clip. Like it's about as minimal as you should go without going too small. Great clip on that knife. Yeah, I love that thing. It's cool. It's so much fun. And then I brought this guy, which I've carried this one at least 1 or 2 days every week for since I got it. And I got this guy like a week before Blade Show, like literally 4 or 5 days before Blade Show. Another Remet knife. It's crazy how for the longest time I never really cared for what Remet was doing for the last handful of years. It was just recently, just within like the last 8 to 12 months, where they started spitting things out that just really, really piqued my interest. And I thought that, hey, these people are doing something really cool. And then I brought this one with me. Didn't carry it, but I had it with me. It's another really neat design. I love the materials and the matchup and the way they did the titanium handle there. I put the lanyard and bead on it, but the lock mechanism on the back side there, that's what's wicked cool. It's like the Shark Lock, but absolutely not designed like the Shark Lock. It's just got a similar feel to it. But yeah, a really, really cool knife. Really cool knife. I was so glad that this company let me buy it from them because they were not going to sell them and keep them as their protos. Well, production protos. It doesn't even say proto anywhere on the knife, but yeah, it's in Magna Cut, and it's like a powdered finish on the blade, and then they've got all the cutouts there. That kind of basically serves like your like a Golly, I'm yawning like crazy. I'm terribly sorry, people. Am I really that boring that I'm boring myself to yawn as much as I'm doing? And then I've been carrying and using. I've been cutting boxes open. I've cut a little bit of paracord with it for making my lanyards. He is getting used. He's not just a safe queen, but yeah, the edgy blade works. Freaking grunt. No, not really, Cheeto. I didn't have an early morning. See, Mrs. Urban and I did our date night thing, and then when we got home, we watched a movie. I forget. Oh yeah, the movie was what's the damn name of it? It's got Jennifer Aniston and Gerard Butler in it. What's the name of that damn movie? Um, it's the movie where she is a reporter, an investigative reporter, and she bounces for a for a hearing with the judge over because she hit a horse, a police horse. She hit a police horse, sideswiped a police horse, and she had hearing for it. And uh, Gerard Butler, they were married and then divorced, and he became a bounty hunter. So I guess it's why can't I remember the damn name of that freaking movie? Isn't it just Bounty? It's something like that. But yeah, it's a good movie. Jennifer Aniston when she was still hot, like she's not hot now, but she's definitely older, showing more of her age. Um, but still got a great body. Um, yeah, it's a good movie. It's a good funny movie. Anybody excited for? Not that I'm a big yikes. This is terrible. Stop yawning, Urban. Not that I'm a big Adam Sandler fan. I'm not, but Happy Gilmore 2 is coming out in like less than a week, and then like four or five more days, something like that. So yeah, Happy Gilmore Dose. It'll be out on Netflix. So if you pay for Netflix, you'll be able to watch it. My wife pays for Netflix. Oh, I was gonna look up what the name of this wood was. I have it on my phone. Because when I looked it up, I took a screenshot of it to save it. It's in my It is Brazilian Apitong. Brazilian Apitong. And like I said, it's very commonly used for trailer decking because it does not. It's a fairly dense wood that does not have hardly any knots in it, and it's fairly water resistant, absolutely very bug resistant, and it doesn't warp or split. It's got a lot of properties to cedar, and if anything, it's one better than cedar because it doesn't. It's not a wood that has a lot of knots in it. Cedar tends to have knots. As much as you can try not to have cedar stripped wood with knots in it, they do have knots. Whereas this Brazilian Apitong does not do knots. It's a very tough, fairly dense wood, and I think it'll make a great handle for some knives for Aries, mixing with another material like he likes to do. with his handles. So that'll be exciting for him. I've got to get all that together. I've been meaning to do it, and just everything else is distracted me, one thing after another. But I got to get that all stuff all packaged out and send that prototype to him so that he can eventually get going on that for me. Sometime mid to late August is the time frame that he gave me of when he'll do it, when he'll be able to start working on it. And it'll takes him like 3 to 4 weeks because he's always working on at least 3 or 4 knives at a time. But yeah. So we went on our date night last night. We got home and then watched the movie. Mrs. Irvin fell asleep in my arms, all very romantic, and, and I didn't even finish the movie. I just at a little after 11 o'clock I cut it off. It's like I'm tired too, so I didn't even get lucky last night. And what do you know, right? Um, Getting old. We're getting old. We stayed up past our bedtime, and then she was up and had to go to work this morning at 6:30, and kind of woke me up in the process. I had to take the girls to marching band camp at 8 o'clock. We had to leave the house like just a few minutes after 8. So, and then when I got home, so that was this morning. So then when I got home, um, I ran to Walmart to our marketplace Walmart to get a couple pizzas for the kids to have for dinner tonight, while I ate my little 6 ounces of steak. Woohoo! That's my diet for you. Uh, and then got home and then went out to the workshop and did my wood stuff for a little bit, and then took a break. Went swimming. Went to Black Island there and went swimming, and then came back. Had a very small lunch, just fish, a single fillet of fish, and a couple of bites of fruit, and then went back out to the workshop, did more wood stuff, and did dinner, and then freaking went over to my grandparents or my grandmother's house to see my brother and my nieces and my sister-in-law, and said hi to them. Spent about an hour there, and then said bye-bye so I could come back home for the live. That's been my day, and it's almost 9 o'clock. So I think we should call it a day for this live. And I'm gonna take a little nap, take a little 15-minute power nap, and then try to wake myself back up and pop into somebody else's live or finish my movie. So yeah, so it was good to be back. Good to see you guys again. Since I missed y'all the last 2 weeks. Last Friday I was at my parents' lake house, so I didn't do my live then because we were busy, chillaxing up there, having fun. And then the Friday before was 4th of July, and so I was out with the family doing family stuff for 4th of July. So yeah, it feels good to be back for a live. I'm gonna work on putting together another little fun giveaway package, and hopefully it'll be either next Friday or the Friday after. We'll do another giveaway. So for anybody who is hoping for a giveaway tonight, obviously at this point in time, not doing one. I'll try to scramble some stuff together for either next Friday or the Friday after. So again, if y'all have any requests, anything that is on your Amazon wish list, send it my way. Maybe I'll get it for you for doing it as a giveaway. I'm always up for suggestions for giveaway items. If you are would like me to turn maybe not something as niche as this, because this is very, very, it's like a one purpose type thing that not very many people would go for. But maybe a small little bowl, perhaps, something uh, around the size of this guy right here, maybe something like this. This guy, I would not give or sell to anybody because it did a little bit of splitting on the bottom, uh, and on the side right here, that I had to like put quite a bit of super glue and really put on a thick coat to help hold it all together and fill all those cracks and everything. So it doesn't look very pretty. At least to me, it does not look presentable for gifting away to anyone. But but something of this size, if y'all think I should do something like that, um, for a giveaway, maybe that's something that I can do, since I'm all into doing some wood turning right now. I'm kind of in the mood, which is how it goes usually. Is I've got to be in the mood, and then and that usually goes for about a week or two, and then I'm burnt out with it and sick of being out in the workshop sweating my freaking ass off when it's 110 degrees outside. But yeah, all right. So yeah, we'll figure that out. And like I said, if anybody's got suggestions for stuff, I'm all ears. Y'all know how to get a hold of me on Instagram, or email me at urbanwoodsman87gmail.com. And we'll see you later. All right. Y'all take care. Have a good weekend. Be safe. Don't do anything stupid like I would do. And I'll catch y'all next Friday. All right. All right. All right. All right. See ya. Bye.